Today, folks, we're going to be doing a review of a new saw. We're going to be doing an unboxing. It's going to be pretty awesome. I've already had one of these. I'm going to let you in on a little secret of what it is. Da-dun, 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 da-dun. If you wonder where the other filler is for that hole, it's in the box. And now you know what it's for. Poulan Pro. Is Poulan good? It's pretty good for an average homeowner. Oxy-Power, what's that? High torque, low emissions. Well, I don't know, but it's saying you can run 2-cycle pre-mixed fuel. They want you to buy theirs. Hell no, I'm not buying yours as cheap as gas is right now. Don't run out of chain oil. Poulan Pro. Pretty badass saw. And hats off to Bernard's. They let me return one on day 8. The receipt said 7 days. I paid about $200. I'm supposed to do a rebate and get something like $176 back. So here we go, folks. This is the unboxing. Are you ready? As you can see, I'm not even lying. I got cardboard right here from the last one that I just returned. So they didn't make me give the cardboard back. Real nice guy down there at the Bernard's. So, wish I had a tripod. I don't. But you can see here what I'm getting. It's the 20-inch 50cc. Alright? So, I had another Poulan, and I Poulaned it too hard. That one was this little baby here, model P3314 gas chainsaw. And I even had a guy fix it for me, like go through the carb. But you know what happened is this thing's broken, runs no matter what, and it melted in here. I can show you where the problem was real quick, just to because some of you might run into this thing. By the way, if you need to know what size that little bolt is, what am I using here? I'm not on autofocus. Yeah. What? That thing says half. Got my AutoZone little mini toolbox. That's handy for when you're not wanting to mess with the big toolbox. Duralast, AutoZone, built to last. I think I got it on sale for about 19 bucks. Pay more than that, you're paying too much, right? That's a real man's fingernail polish right there from a tree branch. Okay. You're doing some hard work, you guys might get hurt, like me. Look at this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Burn unit. Yep. Not fun. Although if I had to do it over, I would not go to the ER. Alright. So anyways, back to the saw. Bam. Okay. Here's what we got. We got a bar. This bar is an 18-inch bar. That's because it's 18 inches. You cannot just put any 18-inch chain onto an 18-inch bar, because nowadays they want to know how many teeth are on that chain. These teeth, let's see if you guys can see that. You see that right there? Those teeth can be sharpened manually with a file, like so. There are pretty cheap little file packages. This one came with 3 sizes of files, along with a flat file, a little package, and this baby. Never even needed this baby yet, but what it would do is allow me, if I wanted, to get on there and isolate the tops with my flat file. I also figured out subsequently that I could use a little Dremel tool. So right there we got it. Diamond tip Dremel tool. And what that does is I was able to get right in there. It's not the best way. You probably don't want to do that. You see that? You always want to go the same angle as that tooth top. See if you can see that. So you wouldn't want to go like this. You wouldn't want to go like this. You want to go like this. And then on this one, you would go like this. All right? So that's something you can do. Another cool trick I learned about is, I couldn't do it with this impact wrench, but if you just use a screwdriver that you can tighten this piece, well then you can stick one of these right in there. And then you got yourself a super duper redneck automatic sharpener. And the principle's the same thing. You're just gonna go the same direction as the tooth. You want to make sure this piece fits in there easy. See, like this one does not fit that one. Since there's only 3 sizes, it's not that hard to figure out what fits what. That one does not fit that one. Currently, the one that does fit is in here. All this is a handle that holds it flat for you. You always put it in there. You want to be at the same angle, and you see those lines on there? That's in case you're too dumb to figure it out. And you just push away. You never pull back. So from this side it would be the same thing like that, pushing away in those. Hope that's clear, because let me tell you, if your saw ain't cutting right, you definitely need to sharpen the chain. This chain threw on me, meaning it came off while I was running, and it caused some damage. See, these here aren't teeth. On the bottom side, what's right in the middle of the screen right now, that little 6 on it, those are actually what goes on the inside, and they run against the gear right here. See that? So the blade does have a front and a back direction. This is the angle. You see, you always want those sharp teeth, get my finger in there, pointing that way, right? So the blade has to be on directionally correctly, running that way, right? And these hold the bar. Later you tighten it up there. And then that is the gear. And you can see where my gear is a little bit eaten up in there. Got a little wallered out on some of them gears. Make that out in the middle there. So I think what happened, some of these teeth actually broke and got chipped. I know they got bent, and then they couldn't stay in the track on the bar. So, you know, you gotta have all this stuff straight and tight. See the way that moves? Once you get your chain on while it's loose, then you pull it tight. Then you put the cover on. Then you hand tighten these screws. Once these screws are hand tightened on, of course the cover's missing right now, it should be on there, and the chain should be on there. Also, the chain has to fit on these little teeth here. This front of this deal spins on the front of your bar. You're never supposed to stick the tip of your bar into stuff. You're never supposed to cut with the top. Don't try this at home, folks. I've done it a million times, but you're not supposed to. You're only supposed to cut with the bottom. This particular saw has a spot right there to adjust the tension. So once you got it all put together, and these are finger tight, and everything's kind of taut right there, you know, you pull it out far enough that the chain is not drooping, then you could tighten it there. You can see my finger, yeah, there. And then you could tighten these up some more. And then after you run it, it'll get hot and get loose, and then you need to tighten it some more. Probably should put a good sharpen on it every time you get gas. Also check the oil. Always wipe off the outside of the saw. Look here. Okay? This one got the gas pump on it. That's where the gas goes. This one, oil. You see the funny line on the cap? If you're trying to turn this with your hands and it's stuck, just do it the easy way. Get you anything flat and stick it in there and turn it the way it wants to go. Got that one-handed holding the camera, folks. Look, I'm on no hands. So you can see this one. Yeah, I don't know that we can see what's down in there, but I smell gas, and I can see a reflection in the bottom with my eyes, so I know there's gas in there. All right. So, you know, some people, if you're like me, you don't read instructions very good, and you just try stuff out and then you learn the hard way. This here, the oil, you know, I was out of oil one day. I started using some other oil because I read online you could use about anything you wanted. But while that may be true, and some of you might disagree, this bar and chain oil right here was only like $3 for 1 gallon. So any other oil, I was spending too much because you go through it pretty fast and you need it. But then the oil that you're putting in here on this particular saw, because it's a 2-stroke, this needs to be 2-stroke oil. So my preference so far has been to buy it in bulk, like this. I like that, and then mix it. Now, I've been mixing by hand. There's a lot of videos online how to do that. You know, you can pretty much just fill this thing up with gas and then put just a little speck of oil in there, because it's a 50-to-1 ratio, which is, my God, not much oil to gas, and this whole thing doesn't hold much gas. You know, it's like 2 shot glasses. But you can pick these kinds of things up that are for chainsaws, weed eaters, yard equipment. This is little tiny 50-to-1. It tells you that basically if you dump this whole thing in, well, then you can dump it into a gallon and it'll give you 50-to-1. So it has this measurement on the side, but when you get this, I mean, there's really hardly any in there. Could be a good way, I don't know. I tried to dump 1/3 of it out in order to equal like 1/4 of a gallon, which is what those little, they're about like that type of shape, but they're cans of gas you can buy at 40-to-1, 50-to-1 ratio. Hell, I wouldn't pay for that right now, as cheap as gas is. Paying way more than that at the store. But today I splurged and I actually bought me a mixer. So we're gonna try that out. I don't know if you can see, but it's got some measurements there. I'm sure that's oil, I'm sure this is gas. And there's some instructions. Two-cycle oil mixing. Holds 1 pint, yeah, 1 pint, 16 ounces. I believe that's 1/4 of a gallon. So, yeah, looks pretty easy. I'm gonna do that. They also say these saws run better on gas, that it's free of alcohol. So you wanna use ethanol. So if you find a gas station that has a pump that says ethanol, that's the one where you want to get the gas for these small engines. That same thing goes for jet skis, motorcycles, anything small engine. Apparently, they'll last a lot longer. All right, so that's the basics of the saw, right? This is the brake. When it's forward, it's locked. It's not supposed to run. When it's back, it's supposed to be able to run the chain.